What's it called?
Huh?
What's it called?
Good Shepherd Lutheran Church right across from Lionheart.
Oh.
More than happy to have you come and work.
Who's the pastor there?
Pastor Bruce.
Pastor Bruce?
Yeah. Bruce Abram.
Bruce Abram? Adams?
Yeah.
Bruce Adams, that's the pastor?
Yeah.
Oh. You study?
Oh, every night.
Yeah? How many years have you been serving? I've been serving for 17 years. How long have you been serving?
I'm 84.
Huh?
I'll be 84 in July.
Wow.
So, and I became a Christian in probably 67 or 68.
Wow.
Baptized in 67 or 68. Something to remind you that God loves you.
Do you know the Ten Commandments?
Huh?
Do you know the Ten Commandments by memory?
Yeah, most of them.
I know it from 1 to 10 by memory. Do you? You know? Can you tell me?
Can I tell you?
Yeah, can you tell me?
What's the first one is you should love God, with all your heart and all your
That's not the
mind.
first one. Where do you find the Ten Commandments?
Where do I find them?
Yeah.
In the New Testament.
Nope, that's not where you find it.
Where do you find them?
You find them in Exodus chapter 20, verse 1 through 17.
I've read the Bible, I don't know how many different times.
But you didn't know it came from Exodus, though. It comes from Exodus.
I know, yeah, they are in the Old Testament, but they're referred to in the New Testament too.
But the Ten Commandments, they're not in the New Testament. But can you quote the Ten Commandments? Or at least some of them? Without cheating? Without cheating?
No, I'm sorry. I never understand. I was just showing you that you can get all of those Bibles, on the internet.
But you don't know the Ten Commandments by memory. I know them by memory, from 1 to 10. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make a graven image of anything in heaven or earth or sea or on the water. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor. All by memory.
Do you do that?
For me to do them all, I have to know the Ten Commandments. I would ask you if you do them, but you don't know the Ten Commandments.
I know them, but I'm 83 years old.
And how do I prove that? How do I prove if I say...
My memory is not as good as yours. Okay?
Yeah, but it's like when someone asks me if I do the Ten Commandments, well, how do I prove that? Because if I say yes, people call me a liar. But the one thing I can do is demonstrate that I do know them, which gives me the opportunity to do the Ten Commandments. But if you don't know them,
I do everything I can to live by them.
Yeah.
Okay? And I know them, but I don't, I can't just say them off the top of my head like you can, that easy. What else do you have memorized?
Oh, I memorize more than that, but the reason why I picked the Ten Commandments is because it's the first and only thing that God wrote down himself with his finger in 2 tablets of stone. And Mount Sinai first, and then the second mountain of Mount Horeb. It was the only thing that God wrote down himself with his fingers in 2 tablets of stone, to which he gave to Moses.
Right. Yeah.
So technically, it's the only thing that he wrote down. Everything else was written by man. I'm not saying it's not important, but man's words are not more important than the Ten Commandments, the first and only thing that God wrote down. So that's why I picked the Ten Commandments first.
Well, that's good.
It is good.
Why don't you come and worship with us?
Why don't you guys come and worship with me? I have some knowledge.
Oh, I have knowledge too.
Yeah.
But my memory's not as good as yours.
That's understandable. That's understandable.
I've probably read the Bible through at least 5
I believe you. I believe you. I believe you.
And I read it every night.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stay with me. If someone asks me
I believe you.
something off the top of my head like that, it's not easy.
We all get there. We all get there. But I just wanted to demonstrate that it's not just for show.
But memorizing it is not important. What's important is living it.
I'm sorry?
Memorizing is not important. Living it is what's important.
Live in it, but you have to memorize. If you don't memorize what you know, how do you perform it?
Because it's a part of it.
No. You have to memorize it. You know why? Because Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6, when God says to memorize these 10 commandments. That's a commandment. That's not a suggestion.
I have memorized them in the past, but I can't just write them